Rine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Paschat Deshatarine Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Shri Gaur Mandal Parikrama ki Shri Madhyadvip ki श्री गौर मंडल परिक्रमा में आप सब साधक भक्तों का
Hare Krishna, I extend my heartfelt gratitude and warm welcome to Gaur Mandal Parikrama, the final day Katha of this Bhagvatam Katha. So this is the 7th day of the Katha, and as we are doing the Parikrama of this Gaur Mandal, we have reached Madhyadeep. The moment we talk about Madhyadeep, immediately so as we utter this term Madhyadeep, the same term Madhya, you see, as it has been mentioned in different shastras, strike to our mind. So why Madhyadeep has been named so? What is the glory behind it? And we shall talk about it. But the term Madhya, the word Madhya in itself is immensely significant. In Shrimad Bhagavatam, in the 11th canto, Havi Rishi from Navyashar talks about 3 categories of devotees. The highest level of devotee is one who So the highest category of devotee is who actually take darshans of the Lord in everybody's heart, and that he respects everyone because he sees Lord in everybody's heart. He must never engage himself in insulting and embarrassing others or speaking ill about others. This kind of devotee is considered to be the highest level of devotee. And then who is the lowest category of devotee? So this is mentioned that the lowest category of devotee is the one who So the third or the last category of devotee is the one who does engage in devotional service, who does serve the Lord, and also engage in direct deity seva in huge temples, but he does not have devotion, he does not have respect towards the devotees of the Lord. So such a devotee who does not respect the devotees of the Lord, he is considered to be the lowest category of a devotee. Then, when we have talked about the first and the last one, then who is the middle category of devotee? You see, we are in Madhyadeep and we also fall in the Madhya or the middle category of a devotee, isn't it? So, who are the devotees of a middle category? So, who is the middle level category devotee? So, let us understand who is the middle level category devotee. So, a devotee who
जो अज्ञानी है उसमें और जो बड़े ब्राह्मण हैं, बहुत बड़े संत हैं.
Middle level category is the devotee is one who has respect and love towards the Lord, towards the devotees, each according to their level and categories. So, for example, if somebody is not good as a devotee, a middle level category ignores him. So, the one who seeks blessings of the elders and who engages in love and devotion with a devotee, and those who are not good devotees, so such people are ignored by this devotee. So such a devotee shall be called to be a middle class devotee or a middle category of devotee. So I wanted to share this with you because we are in the Madhya. Even in Ramayan, the term Madhya has been explained when Lord Shriram was about to appear. So in Ramayan, the mention goes like this.
शुक्लपक्ष अभिजीत हरिप्रीता। अब मध्य दिवस अतिशय।
Ramayan goes on to say something like this, which is before you at the bottom of your screens.
काल लोक विश्रामा। So नवमी तिथि मधुमास चैत्र मास शुक्ल पक्ष अभिजीत
Navami Tithi Shukla Mas and Abhijit Muhurts, and then the term came Madhya Divas. So in Shrimad Bhagavatam, the middle level category of bhaktas have been mentioned, and in Ramayan we know that Lord Shri Ram was born at the middle of the day. Further, if I was to explore more on the term Madhya, so in seeing Ramayan, when Lord Ram goes on to break the bow in Sita Swambar, so the mention goes something like this, which is there at the bottom of your screens, and the context comes from Ramayan.
भरे भुवन धुनि घोर कठोरा। भरे भुवन धुनि घोर कठोरा। अब मध्य की जिक्र तो यहाँ पर भी हुई, तेही छन राम मध्य धनु तोरा।
So the middle level, or the term middle, is mentioned here as well. Lord Ram, who was standing at the middle of thousands of kings and princes, and he broke that bow from the middle of it. So the bow was broken from the middle. Lord Ram was born at the middle of the day, and we all are the devotees of middle category, and we are in Madhyadi. If you were to ask me, I can go on to speak for 3 hours on the term Madhya. Further, if I was to explain on this term Madhya, we all are entangled in the middle of this Bhava Sagar. So we are in the middle of this Bhava Sagar, isn't it?
ना छोड़ो मझधार कन्हैया। अब वहां पर भी मझधार मध्य की बात आई। ये सारी फाइलें फिर खुरती जाती हैं। लेकिन मैं यहीं पर संवरण करूं। मध्य
So you see, we can go on to talk on this term Madhya endlessly. So we shall attempt to move forward now in our Gaur Mandal Parikrama. In case we need to have liberation from this material world in which we're entangled at the middle, we need to perform Parikrama of Sri Gaur Mandal. And whenever we get to hear or see a word, you see, we must attempt to connect ourselves with the pastimes of the Lord. We must draw a relationship between the term with the pastime of the Lord. This exactly is pure devotion. So let us now move further in the Madhya Deep. So why this deep is called Madhya Deep is what we shall attempt to understand. What are the pastimes and stories? Let us try to understand. Though Madhya Deep is usually called as Majia Gaon, Majia village locally, but as per the Shastras, this is called as Madhya Deep. Shri Nityanand Prabhu goes on to say something very interesting for the Madhya Deep, and the mention goes something like this, which is there at the bottom of your screens. So the mention goes like this, that the Sapta Rishis went on to engage in Sankirtan of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and after having performed the Kirtan, their life came to have wonderful, blissful experience and pleasure. So you see, we get to see the Saptarshid in the skies, the seven stars still illuminate in the skies. These Saptarshis are seven stars. So you see, there is a saying that goes almost everywhere, that such and such is a Bollywood star or a Hollywood star, but the real stars are these seven stars, the Saptashishis. The Maharaj is a real star. They keep on illuminating since ages and eras. We have this very famous saying, which I am uttering before you.
इस श्रृंखला में वास्तविक स्टार कौन है उसका जिक्र
who is a real star, let us try to understand. And the shloka goes something like this, that is there before you on your screens. So Himalaya is the crown of our country.
हमारे सुभाषितम में सुक्तियों में भी यह बात आई है
कि जो in our verses it has been mentioned that the Brahma Rishis, that the Raja Rishis, they are the real stars. They are the real gems. If we need to follow them, we must follow the rishis, the sages and saints of country. Just as the Sapta Rishis are illuminating in the skies, if we consider them as our role model, even our life goes on to get illumination, and we will illuminate ourselves on the sands of time. So Sapta Rishis performed Gaur Bhajan at this Madhya Deep. So these seven rishis, जिसको सुनते ही हृदय से कठोर से कठोर हृदय में भी श्रद्धा प्रकट हो जाती है. So the moment we get to hear about Saptarishis, you see, the heart goes tender, isn't it? One gets to develop devotion towards the Lord. Panini, who is considered as the master of Sanskrit grammar. You see, Coincidence Lord Shiva is here along with me on the screen. So this Sanskrit language actually emanated, Sanskrit language originated from his Damru. So once Lord Shiva started playing his Damru, that is how the 12 Varnas of Sanskrit emerged. Paniti heard it and he went on to generate 1000 formulas, which is called as Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi, and which is how the language and the grammar went on to expand. So this term Rishi by Panini emerged from Rish Dhatu. And Dhatu Rish is actually known for attempting to know the Atma and Paramatma. So those who get to make an attempt to know Atma and Paramatma are called as Rishi. Then you see we have Durgacharya ji. Durgacharya ji.
हम लोग सप्तर्षि की कथा सुनेंगे, इसलिए मैं ऋषि शब्द को थोड़ा सेलिब्रेट कर रहा हूं। तो ऋषि दर्शनाथ, ऋषि का अर्थ क्या है? जो दर्शन कराए।
So what is the meaning of the term Rishi?
परात्पर तत्व का जिसने अनुभव किया है,
the one who has experienced the trance experience of ultimate Paramatma, and the one who helps others to experience Paramatma is called as Rishi. This is what Durgacharya ji has defined Rishi as. Then in some other grammar, the term Rishi has been defined as that this term Rishi and the element Rish is somebody who is constantly in motion, who is already moving. For example, water keeps on moving. So somebody who is always in motion is called as Rish, and that is how the term Rishi has appeared. In our Shrimad Bhagvat, Sri Pashita Swami goes on to explain the term Rishi. So Rishi means mantra drishta.
जब ये लिखकर किसी को बताएंगे ना तो बड़े पंडित हो जाएंगे। ऋषि के बारे में इतना बहुत सारी बात है।
So those who are taking note of it are very confident would go on to astonish those who would get to know this from you. So Rishi refers to somebody who can pronounce, who knows the mantras properly, and who can offer this mantra to somebody else. Those who imbibe the Vedas in their daily life is called as Rishi. So there are many departments there are many categorization broadly, which is Shruti and Smriti. So those who imbibe listening it from the Lord is called as Rishi, and those who listen and then started pronouncing it is called as Smriti. And then there are Richais in Vedas. Those who imbibe the Richa in their life is called as Rishi. According to Vayu Puran, the term Rishi has been defined as, in the shloka before you, so the shloka goes something like this.
ब्रह्मणा स ऋषि स्मृतः। थोड़ा सा स्पेलिंग एरर है।
There is a spelling error in the term Rishi here. in the second line.
ऋषिद्यैव गतो धातु.
So Rishidev Gato Dhatu. This element Rishi,
ऋष धातु से बना है.
so the element from where the word Rishi has emerged. So this element actually has four meanings. So this is actually from Vayu Puran.
ऋषिद्यैव गतो.
So what is the first meaning? This refers to motion.
ऋषि का दूसरा अर्थ है श्रुतो.
Rishi, second meaning is Shruto, which is listening, the one who hears. The third meaning is also related to Satya and the truth, those who follows the path of truth. Being truthful is also being a Rishi. And the fourth meaning in Vayu Puran is related to penance and meditation. So those whose life is not to have a life full of consumeristic attitude, but rather those who have evolved to enjoying the consumerist life is a Rishi. So those who have all these four qualities is called as a Rishi. In Ratnakosh, a very beautiful context emerges. So it says that there are 7 kinds of Rishis.
राजर्षिश्च कुमावराः. 7 प्रकार के ऋषि. एक तो
So 7 kinds of Rishis. One is a simple one. Second one is Brahma Rishi. For example, Rishi Vashisht is Brahma Rishi. The third category of Rishis are Deva Rishi, the one who is the Rishi of Devlok. For example, Narad Muni, Parvat Muni, Kanva Muni. Fourth Rishi is Maharishi. So Maharishi, Maharishi. For example, Vedvyas Muni is a Maharishi. Shri Krishna mentions about Vibhutis and says that amongst Maharishis, I am Vyas. Shri Vedvyas Muniji falls in this category. The fifth category of Rishi is Param Rishi. The fifth category Rishi is Param Rishi. Param Rishi means the Upanishadic part of the Vedas. The one who knows the Upanishadic part of the Vedas is called as Param Rishi. And that, and one of the wonderful example of Param Rishi is Bal Rishi. Next one is Kand Rishi. For example, Jaimini Rishi, the one who engages in editing of the Shastras. The next category Rishi is Shrut Rishi, the one who engages in speaking and uttering. The one who hears, The next category is those who listens and imbibe in their life. And the next category is Raj Rishi, who happens to be great kings, and then they give upon their kingdoms and take the life of recluse and engages in devotional service. Raj Rishi are the rishis who, being in kingly life, royal life, still goes on to exhibit devotional character. For example, Ambarish Maharaj. Ambarish Maharaj has been referred to as Raj Rishi. Even Yudhishthira Maharaj and Parikshit Maharaj have been referred and mentioned as a Raj Rishi. Another meaning of Rajarishi is
राजा है. एक तो होते हैं
the king amongst rishis. So, like you have the king amongst humans, and then the second one is those who is the king amongst the rishis. For example, Sukdev Goswami, the king of the rishis, the king amongst the rishis. Another example is Devadidev Mahadev.
जो सुशोभित होते हैं। तो इस प्रकार से 7-8 ऋषि मुनि की अलग-अलग कैटेगरी है। मैं अपनी ओर से एक जोड़ना चाहता हूँ।
There are many categories of rishi. One I want to add from my side: Rishi, Brahmrishi, Maharishi, Param Rishi, Kanj Rishi, Shrut Rishi, Raj Rishi. All these categories are there, but amongst all, on the top of it is Prem Rishi. Prem Rishi is the highest of all. And such Prem Rishi is Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada is called as Prem Rishi, who engages in love with the Lord and also teaches the material beings of this material world, the fallen conditioned souls, the love towards the Lord. So we have arrived at Madhyadeep and we need to engage in listening to Katha of Saptarishis. Dear devotees, in every Manvantar, and I hope you know what is meant by Manvantar. One Manvantar is equal to, and such 14 Manvantars when passes by equals to 1 day of Lord Brahma. So in every Manvant, there is different Manus, there are different incarnations of the Lord, and in every Manvanta there are different Saptarishis. So Saptarishi is a kind of position. It is a designation. And in every Manvanta, different rishis, exalted rishis are made to occupy such Saptarishi position. So the question that surfaces is, who would be, what rishi, which rishi would be in the Saptarishi, in which Manvantar has been mentioned in Shrimad Bhagavatam. So if I was to talk about current Manvantar, who are the Saptarishis? So there are 7 rishis who are in Saptarishi position. So who is the 7th Saptarishi? It is Atri, Vashishta, Vishwamitra, Gautam, Jamdagni, Kashyap, and Bharadwaj. So these are the current Saptarishis of the ongoing Manvantar. So this Katha of the present Manvantar Saptarishis is what we are going to hear now. Sri Nityanand Prabhu goes on to say in the form of the shloka before you on your screens.
चैतन्य महाप्रभु का भजन किए। चैतन्य महाप्रभु कैसे हैं?
So these Saptarishis went on to chant the holy name of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and engaged in kirtan for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Just as sun goes on to infuse energy like vitamins, calcium, and everything in different elements, similarly, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes on to infuse the devotional love in the heart of everyone. So because Saptarishis went on to take a rest here at Madhyadeep after having engaged in wonderful kirtan for the Lord, so the story goes like this. In the beginning of this earth, so in the age of Satyug, all these 7 rishis from the mouth of their father, which is Brahmaji, heard the glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in the age of Satya, all these rishis went on to enjoy very strongly the glories and pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
जब महाप्रभु की कथा सुने तो सातों ऋषि मुनि को ये इच्छा हो.
So when they heard the story of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all these rishis went on to develop a desire that they also want to experience this prem ras, this nectar of love. They wanted to experience. So when all the 7 sons of Ramaji said that they wanted to enjoy the nectar of love and devotion, Brahmaji went on to experience immense happiness. You see, when we arrive, when we go on to meet our Guru Maharaj, and when we ask that Guruji, that we want this or that material world things, Guruji might not become so happy. But if we were to ask Bhagavad Prem, Guru Prem, then the Sadgurus become very, very happy. So this desire of the Saptarishis went on to offer immense happiness to Brahmaji. And then Brahmaji said that in case you want to experience this epitome of nectar of love and devotion, you need to go to Navadvip. You see, this Bengali language is very beautiful. We could have sung it very nicely, but then there are limitations of time. But I would want you to sing and experience. So Brahmaji said, must you go to Navdeep and you sing the holy name of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Though it is very tough to attain the nectar of love of the Lord, but in case you will chant the holy name of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Navdeep, you would be able to attain that nectar of love effortlessly. Sri Brahmaji goes on to further glorify the status of Dham, something like this. So Brahmaji says that this Dham, Navdeep Dham, is actually the essence of mercy and blessings.
So Dham Kripa Sar, Bhagavan ki Kripa ka sar hai Dham. Labh hai jar, tar hai sadhu sang.
So the essence of Lord's love is Dham, and when we reach Dham, by the mercy of the Dham, the first thing that happens is that we get to have association of sadhus. And when we engage in devotional service towards the Lord, in chanting the holy name of the Lord, we all get to accomplish and we get to experience the Param Anand, the ultimate pleasure. So the one who goes on to develop attachment towards Navdeep, and in the memory of such a person, those who develop the love, the same person alone can get Brajvas. So Brahmaji is attempting to say that you cannot get Brajvas directly. You can only get to have Brajvas when you would develop your attachment, when you will have your memories fixed on Navdeep Dham. So in this manner, the Saptarishis goes on to arrive at Navdeep. So these Saptarishis went on to understand the utterances of their father. And these 7 rishis arrived in Navdeep Mayapur Dham. And what did they do after having arrived at Navdeep Mayapur Dham? They danced Hari and Hari. They chanted the pastimes and glories of the Lord in the highest of their tones. They danced and chanted the holy name of the Lord, and they chanted and engaged in Sankirtan in the top of their volumes. So what we need to do is we need to sing, dance, and beg for the mercy of the Lord. And if anyone engages in this kind of activities,
गौर हरि बोलते हुए श्री चैतन्य
uttering Gaur Hari, one must seek the blessing of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
धर्म को त्याग कर सारे अपराधों से मुक्त होकर भजन करने लगे और भजन में
These 7 rishis, Sapta rishis, started engaging in bhajan and kirtan.
वहां पर ऋषि सातों ऋषि तप करने लगे
All the 7 rishis started doing the tapasya.
कुछ न खा रहे थे
They were not eating anything, nor sleeping. The only thing they were engaged in chanting of the holy name of the Lord, chanting of the name of Sri Gauranga. So we all must not eat for 2-3 hours. We should not sleep for these 2-3 hours. And if we engage in kirtan of Gaur name, by dancing and begging before the Lord, what is the resultant that we shall get? So what shall be the result of this? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at the middle of the day appeared before the 7 rishis and offered his darshans to 7 rishis. How Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared? He looked like illumination of crores of sun who would entice the mind and heart of the yogis. And he did not appear only by himself. He in fact he appeared with the Panch Tattva, along with Nityananda, along with Madhacharya, Gadadhar Pandit. So all the Panch Tattva appeared. So the term Madhyadeep in Madhyadeep happened because at the middle of the day, amongst the middle of the Sapta Rishis, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, and hence this place came to be named Madhyadeep. So in high noon, in the middle of the 7 Rishis, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, and hence this place is called as Madhyadeep.
श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु का रूप देखकर ऋषि मुनि आनंद मग्न हुए सुनी गौर हरि बले दया करी
So the rishis felt blessed having darshans of the Lord,
अभिलाष
and then these rishis were in so much happiness, went on to deliver the sermon to the people that one must leave all karma, kand, gyan, marg, etc. One must only have the desire of having darshans of Sri Krishna. The 7 rishis expressed their gratitude towards Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and asked for blessing of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went on to utter 2 Sapta Rishis that, oh 7 Rishis, it is only a matter of a few days that at the city of Nadia, I shall appear in the same form by the name of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and I will engage in the pastimes. And at that time, you all the seven rishis will have darshan of my form manifested. So one Rishi asked us, "Then what kind of pastime will it be?" So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied that it would be pastime of Nam Sankirtan. So the Bhagavad proper would be in the form
महाप्रभु ने कहा
in
तो ये सारे ऋषि मुनि गण गंगा के तट पर एक स्थान है कुमार हट्ट, उस कुमार हट्ट स्थान पर चले गए। आज उस स्थान का नाम है सप्तर्षि घाट। ये हमारे गोविंद टीवी घोड़ी और कैमरा लेकर निकल पड़े हैं, वो पहुंचेंगे, हम आपको दर्शन कराएंगे, उसे पहुंचने देते हैं, क्योंकि मैंने इस बार सीधा उपाड़ के कर लिया तो वो सब आएगा। लेकिन गंगा के तट पर कुमार हट्ट स्थान पर ये सातों ऋषि मुनि पहुंचे हैं और वहां जाकर श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु का भजन किया। आज उसका नाम है सप्तर्षि घाट और आज भी वह सप्त टीला वहां पर उपस्थित हैं जो आकाश को छू रही हैं और परम सुशोभित
still very well evident, which reaches the sky and is beautifully placed.
पाय गौर हरि ना साधी नियम यम। यहाँ पर यदि कोई व्यक्ति वास करता है, कहाँ पर? सप्त टीला, मध्य द्वीप में गंगा के तट पर जो सप्त टीला है, कुमार हट्ट जिसे कहते हैं, और जो सप्तर्षि घाट के रूप में आज उपस्थित हैं, तो इस सप्त टीला सप्तर्षि घाट में यहाँ पर वास करी, यदि कोई वास करता है,
So if somebody resides at Saptarshi Tila, then for sure he goes on to attain Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
यहाँ वास करके महाप्रभु को पाएगा। लास्ट लाइन देखिए, और महाप्रभु को पाने में न सधी यम नियम, कोई नियमों का पालन करने की मगजमारी नहीं है, कोई न कुछ छोड़ना है, न कुछ नियम, न यम न नियम, किसी भी प्रकार का यम और नियम लिए बिना कोई केवल यहाँ पर केवल वास करे, यहाँ ठहर जाए तो पाय गौर हरि। तो श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु,
So if somebody goes on to reside here for some time, he would certainly attain Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Dear devotees, we are very fortunate today that we have arrived here at this place. So let us now have some kirtanam so that we can also have blessings and mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
जय नवला किशोर, जय गोपी चित चोर प्रभु, जय जय माखन चोर, जय जय माखन चोर। श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की, श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की। उपस्थित भगवत कथा अनुरागी पधारे हुए भक्त वृंद, इस सभा को परम सुशोभित करने वाले
My greeting and warm welcome to all the senior Vaishnavas of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. I also welcome all the viewers who have joined us on Zoom platform and who are also watching us live.
इस यात्रा में
on Facebook and YouTube, and all the viewers who are participating in this yatra, also offline. I extend my warm welcome to the host family.
Australia,
A wonderful contribution made by the host family from Australia, Adelaide, Sri Anil Kapoor Ji. I hope you're not Anil Kapoor 1, 2, ka 4, right? So from Adelaide, Australia, Anil Kapoor Ji, Anjul Kapoor Ji, their daughter Anjulika, son-in-law Vip Singh Ji, and their daughter Zaya. And also we have from UK, Ujeshwari Mataji, who have this very beautiful mode towards devotion. So once again, I welcome each one of you, including the host family, to the 7th day Katha of Navdeep Mayapur, Gaur Mandal Parikrama. Kindly accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. Hare Krishna, Radhe Shyam. It is a great fortune for all of us that on the lands of God Mandal Bhumi, we are making a parikrama. You see, as we are traveling in God Mandal, we have reached the Madhya.
स्मरण भक्ति को सूचित जैसे हमने
is an indicator of Smaran Bhakti. Just as we heard that the 9 deeps reflects the different categories of bhakti, in the similar fashion, the Madhya Deep of Navdeep Dham is an indicator of Smaran Bhakti. You see, our Shravan, I apologize, it is Smaran Bhakti. In case we go on to spend time in Madhya, our Smaran Bhakti goes on to evolve and strengthens itself. Lord Krishna time and again has said, "Oh dear devotees, he tries to engage in my memory." You see, in Navda Bhakti, Smaran Bhakti is one which would be our best friend during our last times. Shri Goswami goes on to say in Sindhu Amrit that whatever be the different kinds of devotion and bhakti, you see, one is required to perform something or the other, and one has to follow one or the other regulations and discipline. In our Vedas and Upanishads, whatever is to be performed or whatever is to be abandoned, so performance and to give up is only for one thing. And what is it? Abandoning things or doing particular things, all are meant for only one thing. And what is that? That in a very sustainable manner, ongoing manner, we always go on to remember the Lord, and that the chanting of the holy name must not stop in our mind and heart. And that is the reason this is one of the branches of the Navda Bhakti. And because as of now, our memory is not that strong, but we must know our destination.
हमारे मन में भगवान का
through this bhakti
समय
chanting, that we must focus our mind and heart upon the Lord. In this world, Only that time is considered to be the best one where we place our mind, in the
विपद नैव
name
विपदम,
of the Lord. This actually is the quality time.
वास्तव में ये
And all such
एक्चुअली विपत्ति क्या है? मन से भगवान का
times when we are not engaged in remembering the name, and that is the reason Shrimad Bhagavatam says, in real sense of the term, actually is when you stop chanting the holy name of the Lord, when you stop contemplating upon the name of the Lord in your mind and heart. For example, as I utter the katha, and if your mind and heart is fixed on the katha, you have no other worries. The moment katha gets over, you see, there are so many things which happen in our lives. And in India, we have so many trucks. What do they say? Savdhani hati, durghatna ghati, right? So one must always fix your mind and heart in the name of the Lord. We do engage in Shravan, Kirtan, etc. But as we go on to do the Parikrama of Madhyadeep, our mind and heart gets fixed on the Lord. We have reached such a wonderful Madhyadeep. We have heard that why Madhyadeep is called so already, and our Govind TV has reached Madhyadeep, a very beautiful place.
भक्तों मैं गौर मंडल परिक्रमा कई वर्षों तक किया और इच्छा है करता रहूंगा physically.
I have physically done the Gaur Mandal Yatra many a times, and I would continue to do it for all times. I recall that you see, once I got late to reach Parikrama. So this exactly is the place where I entered Gaur Mandal Parikrama. This was my first place from where I started my Gaur Mandal Parikrama. And having a sight at it in the first glance, I was so mesmerized by this place. So within Madhyadeep, we have a place called Naimisharanya. You must be wondering that Naimisharanya is in Lucknow, but undoubtedly Naimisharanya is in Lucknow. But you see, all the holy places originally are in Navdeep, and their illumination is in the rest parts of the country. So we have reached Naimisharanya in Madhyadeep. Very beautifully, a verse has been mentioned about this place. It is there on the top right hand side of your screens.
जल धार एत गोमती सुपवित्रयति नदी नैमिष कानन आर आर। श्री नित्यानंद प्रभु कहते हैं
कि नित्यानंद प्रभु goes on to say,
हे जीव देखो,
O जीव, look at the southern corner. There's a stream of water. The stream of water is nothing but river Gomti, river Dhenumati. Just as we have Gomti in Naimisharanya, similarly, Nimityananda Prabhu says that this is Gomti Nadi, holy and pious river. And on the banks of river Gomti is Naimisharanya forest. So where is it situated? At the Madhyadeep in Gaur Mandal Parikrama. This place, Naimisharanya, had been named Naimisharanya, and the mention comes in Vayu Puran. So Vedyaji goes on to write in Vayu Puran that Kali Yuga was about to start as the end of Dwapar Yuga was about to appear, so all the rishis wanted to establish peace.
कि जहाँ कलयुग का प्रभाव ना हो.
So they all went to Brahmaji, that they are looking forward for a place which is peaceful and where the effect of age of Kali is not strong. And Brahmaji went on to leave a disc, and the disc traveled from Brahmalok
और उस स्थान पर उनकी
went on to fall at a few kilometers away from Lucknow. And because the motion, the rotation of the disc went weaker at this place and it got immersed in the land, and hence this place is called as Naimisharanya. And at this place, the rishis by the name of Nemish and also by the Gupta used to stay, and that's why this place was called as Naimisharanya. Or because there were many Namish trees in this place, that's the reason this place is called as Naimisharanya. According to Mahabharat, a very beautiful story that Lord Vishnu himself goes on to tell Gaur Muni, "Oh Gaur, is that at this place, within the blink of an eye, I have killed all the demons and the devils, and that's the reason this place is called as, or shall be called as, Naimisharanya." So what does this mean? The place where we can instantly kill our enemies. That place would be called as Naimisharanya. What are our enemies? Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Acharya. And you see, these enemies are actually developing with each passing day. But at pilgrim places like Naimisharanya, these enemies actually go on to die instantly, and we get to develop devotional attitude. This particular place in Bhagavatam is called as Animish Kshetra.
माने स्वयं भगवान के स्थान है.
So this is the place of Animish. Means this is the place of the Lord. Lord is called as Animish because the eyes of Lord does never blink. He never goes on into the state of ignorance. He's always knowledgeable. So this is the place of Lord Vishnu.
पूरा कल्पे कली हैते महाबली शौनकादि ऋषि गण सुतेर श्री मुखे सुने सब सुखे गौर भागवत धन. आप श्लोक देख सकते हैं. नित्यानंद प्रभु कहते हैं कि पूरा कल्पे, पुराने कल्प में, गत कल्प में हेले महाबली, गत कल्प में भयंकर कलयुग प्रकट होने वाला था, और उस भयंकर कलयुग प्रकट होने के कारण शौनक आदि ऋषिगण सुतेर श्री मुखे, सूत गोस्वामी के मुख से बहुत सुंदर कथा सुने. समझने लायक बात यह है कि कौन सी कथा सुने, तो कहते हैं गौर भागवत धन. गौर भागवत सुने. गौर माने श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु. अब इसके दो अर्थ होंगे. गौर भागवत का एक अर्थ तो सीधा यह है कि गौर कथा, चैतन्य महाप्रभु की कथा सुने. शौनक आदि ऋषि मुनि सुध गोस्वामी से नैमिषारण्य में श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की कथा सुने. या फिर दूसरा अर्थ यह है, गौर भागवत धन का अर्थ यह होता है कि गौर परक, श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु परक भागवत जी की जो व्याख्या है गौर हरि के अनुसार भागवत की व्याख्या यहां पर सुने। बहुत समझने लायक बात है भक्तों। श्रीमद् भागवत बोलने वाले संसार में असंख्य लोग हैं। श्रीमद् भागवत जी के अनेकों वक्ता है और सब अपनी अपनी दृष्टि से बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं। समाज में बहुत सुंदर धर्म का प्रचार और क्रांति लाने का काम कर रहे हैं। हम सबको प्रणाम करें कि कोई किसी की निंदा ईर्ष्या की बात नहीं है। लेकिन पॉइंट यहां पर यह है कि भागवत की व्याख्या अनेक प्रकार से हो सकती है, लेकिन परम चरम प्रेम तक पहुंचना है तो भागवत जी की व्याख्या चैतन्य महाप्रभु के अनुसार होनी चाहिए। इसलिए कई बार कुछ लोग इस बात को समझ नहीं पाते। कुछ लोग कहते हैं कि भाई आपके इस्कॉन में जो कथा होती है, बाहर जो कथा होती है, सब एक ही तो है। एक नहीं है। हो सकता है सब सब्जेक्ट एक है, वही सुखदेव की बात आएगी, परीक्षित की बात आएगी, भागवत की जो मैटर है वो एक है, लेकिन उस मैटर के साथ जो फिलोसॉफी है, फिलोसॉफी रीढ़ की हड्डी मानी जाती है, पिलर माना जाता है, तो वो फिलोसॉफी जो है सबकी अलग अलग होती है। आपको तो पता नहीं, कुछ लोग भागवत ही बोलते हैं लेकिन भागवत के साथ मायावाद फिलोसॉफी चलती है। बड़े बड़े वक्ता फिर भी वो अच्छा ही कर रहे हैं, जो जितना कर रहे हैं उतना तो अच्छा है, लेकिन बड़े बड़े, आपको तो पता भी नहीं चलेगा, बड़े बड़े वक्ता बहुत अच्छा बोलते, अच्छा गाते, सब कुछ होता है, लेकिन भागवत की फिलोसॉफी का क्या सार होगा कि भगवान निराकार है। पूरा भागवत बोल दिया, कृष्ण ने माखन चुराया, सब कुछ किया, और उनका कंक्लूजन क्या है? भगवान माने निराकार है। यदि भगवान निराकार था तो ये कथा तूने किसकी मांडी थी? लेकिन ये चलता है। तो कहने का अर्थ यह है, श्रीमद् भागवत सबसे अच्छी व्याख्या, अच्छी माने यदि हमारा गोल भगवत प्रेम और प्रेम में भी उन्नत उज्जवल भाव, सबसे ऊंचा टेस्ट, ऊंचा रस प्रेम का है, तो भागवत तो सुनना है।
So you see,
मैं किस पॉइंट पर बोला हूं? लास्ट लाइन में जो कहा है,
attempt to understand Shrimad Bhagavatam as per the version given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If ever you get to read Sri Chaitanya Charitamrut, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went on to explain, went on to also define Shrimad Bhagavatam, where he has taught everything to all the Sanatana Goswamis. So in this way, we must attempt to understand Shrimad Bhagavatam. From here, you must incorporate one particular term in your dictionary, that must listen to Srimad Bhagavatam, but in order to get that high level of love and devotion, you must attempt to listen from one of the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So those who look at Srimad Bhagavatam from the version of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you see that would add wonderful experience to it. Not all Srimad Bhagavatam is Srimad Bhagavatam, but just in case it can listen from somebody who follows the tradition of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is going to be a blissful experience. Talking about Srila Prabhupada, you see, he would bring everything, he would narrow down everything, any words, even that of Kam Shastra, to Krishna Prem, Krishna's devotion. This is something unique about Srila Prabhupada. And you see, what does he say in the last? That one must attempt to become Krishna Bhavna Bhavat. And that is the reason he is called as Bhaktivedanta Swami. So, the end of the Vedas, the conclusion of the Vedas is Bhakti. The one who established this is Bhakti. Vedant.
वेदों के प्रत्येक मंत्र और श्लोक को बता दिया, समझा दिया कि कोई
Because he explained each and every mantras of Vedas, and the conclusion of every Vedic mantra is bhakti and prem. He is therefore called as
भागवत धन
Bhaktivedanta Swami.
फिलोसॉफी से सनी हुई श्रीमद् भागवत
So Shrimad Bhagavatam interpretation must be
हैं। अब बहुत
actually immersed with the principles and philosophy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So I will first talk about the shloka, and then we will reach the place where Govind TV is already present. So looking at the shloka, you see the place where we are at right now located is Madhyadeep, and within Madhyadeep, Naimisharan. If somebody goes on to study Puran, etc., and at what particular time? In the month of Kartik. So if somebody goes on to study the Purans, etc., at Naimisharanya in Madhyadeep, then for such a person, all the kleshas, all the problems goes on to disappear, and he would immerse himself in the prem roop of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and without any effort, effortlessly he would attain Rijuvas.
स्थान है, गोमती बहती है, नैमिषारण्य
So in the
स्थान है।
month of Kartik at Naimisharanya, in Madhyadeep, one must attempt to study the Puranas.
वे गौलोक वृंदावन को प्राप्त हो सकता है।
So without any effort, one goes on to achieve Golok Vrindavan if one studies Shrimad Bhagavatam at Madhyadeep, at the place Naimisharanya. Now don't you think we must have a Bhagavatam Katha at this place in the month of Kartik, isn't it?
भागवत कथा आप चलो चलो आप लोग ना आ पाओ।
So you see, for sure, in a guaranteed form, we would have the tickets to Golok Vrindavan. So we must place a request before Amit Narayan Prabhu that just in case if we can do Bhagavatam Katha at this Naimisharanya sometime.
अब जब यहाँ नैमिषारण्य में
Now, associated with this is another story that I want to share with you. Just as when Katha was about to start in Naimisharanya, and when the announcement was done that here God Katha is going on. You see, Katha is also spoken by, delivered by Lord Shiva.
श्लोक में देखे ना,
But the announcement, what was made was that Gaur Katha, look at the shloka.
कथा हो रही है।
Last line which says Gaur Bhagavatam.
नित्यानंद प्रभु कहते हैं कबू पंचानन।
So Sri Nityananda Prabhu goes on to say,
पंचमुख वाले शिव जी को ये बात पता चली कि भाई यहाँ
five-headed Shiva came to know that at Naimisharanya, Katha is about to happen, which is Gaur Katha.
अपने नंदी पर बैठे
And what did Lord Shiva do? Lord Shiva
वहाँ कथा शुरू हो रही है।
mounted himself on Nandi and in the self mode, and he instructed Nandi to reach Madhyadeep Naimisharanya. Somehow, Nandi was not picking up speed, and Lord Shiva was very much worried that Nandi, must you walk faster and let me reach Madhyadeep as early as possible. Then Lord Shiva declared that Nandi is failed today, and he reached Brahmaji and he asked
तो गए कहा पिताजी
Brahmaji, Lord Shiva asked Brahmaji that, oh, my father, can I take your vehicle today? Can I take your car today to reach Madhyadeep? Lord Brahma said that, what happened to your vehicle? Has it gone bad? So Lord Shiva replied that it's not gone bad, but it's going very slow today. Now, the vehicle of Brahmaji is Hans. Now look at the shloka.
वृष आसन को माने नंदी को छोड़ दिए और श्री हंस वाहन हये, और शिव जी हंस के
So Lord Shiva abandoned his vehicle of Nandi and mounted himself on the
और
Hans.
शिव जी हंस के ऊपर बैठकर तेज गति से इस स्थान पर आए,
And
और यहाँ
Lord Shiva
गौर
very quickly reached this place
प्रभु के
and started listening to the God Katha.
और शिव जी अकेले नहीं, अपने सारे भक्तों को साथ में लेकर यहाँ पर,
And Lord Shiva did not come all alone. He brought all the devotees along with him.
काशी विश्वनाथ, ये देखो इस स्थान पर शिव जी आए हैं, ये हंस वाहन है, दुनिया में कहीं नहीं।
Exactly was the place where Lord Shiva appeared, and this is the Hans Vahan, the vehicle Hans, upon whom Lord Shiva came to this place. All glories to Devadidev Mahadev. All glories to Shri Hans Vahan Mahadev.
आज भी ये प्रमाण करता है कि शिव
And you see,
के लिए यहाँ पर
this is established even to this day. The Lord Shiva appeared at this place, mounted on Hans, to listen to Gaur Katha.
नाचिया नाचिया शैव जत काशीवासी, पंचानने घेरी बलि गौर हरि, पुष्प फैले राशि राशि। शिव जी काशीवासियों को साथ में लेकर 5 मुख वाले शिव को उन सब ने घेर लिया, और इस गौर कथा में वे बहुत नाचे।
Who was 5-headed, and in this katha Lord Shiva danced a lot, and there was a rain of flowers, and in this manner Lord Shiva came mounted on this Hansvahan and listened to Gaur Katha. As we move further in Madhya, there is a place called Kurukshetra. So this place called Kurukshetra, about which Sri Nityanand Prabhu has said very beautifully this shloka.
वर्ष कुरुक्षेत्रे वासे जेई फल, शतवर्ष कुरुक्षेत्रे वासे जेई फल, हेथा एक रात्र वासे लभे से सकल। 100 वर्ष 100 वर्ष, श्लोक समझिए।
100 years.
कुरुक्षेत्र में यदि कोई वास करे, कुरुक्षेत्र हरियाणा में, आप जानते हैं ना, हरियाणा में कुरुक्षेत्र, कुरुक्षेत्र की महिमा भी आप जानते हैं।
100 years in Kurukshetra. So if anyone goes on to reside at Kurukshetra for 100 years, so you know the glory of Kurukshetra, where Maharaj Kuru went on to run the plow, and you see the biggest of the war, which is Mahabharat. And very importantly, Lord Krishna gave the knowledge of Gita. So if anyone goes on to recite for 100 years, and the fruit that he is endowed with, the same fruit a person can go on to receive if he stays just for a night at Kurukshetra of Madhya. So the fruit that a person shall be endowed with after having spent 100 years in Kurukshetra, Haryana, the same fruit can be enjoyed by the person if he stays a single night at Madhya.
जो फल मिलता है वही फल यहाँ एक रात में रहने से मिल जाता है। कुरुक्षेत्र में गोविंद भी पहुंच चुका है, बहुत सुंदर ये कुरुक्षेत्र का स्थान है।
This is the Kurukshetra of Madhya.
श्रीमद् भगवत गीता में
Shrimad Bhagvat Gita, Kurukshetra is also called as Dharma Kshetra.
ये मध्य द्वीप में कुरुक्षेत्र है।
This
So,
is Kurukshetra at Madhya.
कुरुक्षेत्र को
So in Bhagavad Gita, Kurukshetra is also called as Dharmashetra.
और जब गीता के ओपनिंग में धर्म क्षेत्र कुरुक्षेत्र लिखा ना,
And in the opening of Gita, when Dharmashetra was written for Kurukshetra,
क्योंकि
there itself one got the indication who would win the war.
गीता जैसी दिव्य ज्ञान देने के लिए कृष्ण ने कुरुक्षेत्र भूमि को चुना, कुछ तो पावर होगा.
So imagine Lord Krishna chose Kurukshetra to give the knowledge of Gita. That means for sure Dharma would have its own weight over all the adharma. So Dharma would always emerge
मध्य द्वीप में है.
victorious. And Govind TV has reached Kurukshetra of Madhya.
सबसे बड़ी महिमा बताऊं, ये कुरुक्षेत्र वो स्थान है जहां पर संसार की प्रथम रथ यात्रा हुई थी. ये कुरुक्षेत्र वो स्थान है 100 साल के बाद कृष्ण.
This Kurukshetra of Madhya is exactly the place where Lord Krishna, after 100 years, met his devotees. This exactly is the place where Lord Krishna came all the way from Dwarka.
और उस कुरुक्षेत्र में 100 साल तक रहो और जितना फल मिलता है.
So, spending a night at Kurukshetra of Madhya is equal to 100 years spent at Kurukshetra in Haryana. When the demigods got to know this particular fact, all the demigods went on to reside at this place. So you see, plotting was done for all the demigods. And they used to engage in kirtan throughout the day and night. And because all the devtas went on to arrive here and did kirtans, and hence this place came to be called as Uchahat. Uchahat, why? Because kirtan was done with utmost voice. I can recall that one of the Vrijvasis told me that if you stay overnight at this place,
गौर कीर्तन की आवाज आएगी.
you will be able to hear God Kirtan. And when you would want to see who is doing the Kirtan, you might not be able to figure out. But the fact is, the demigods do engage in Kirtan and Hariswar throughout the day and night at this place. So this is where the demigods are.
साथ ही साथ इसमें हम जो देख रहे हैं, ये जो नदी देख रहे हैं, ये नदी है.
This particular river which is there on the screens is called as Panchveri. This is the Sangam of 5 rivers. When already 3 rivers have met each other, and the 3 rivers having met is called as the king of the pilgrims, that is Prayag or Allahabad.
तो विचार करो जहां 5-5 नदियों,
imagine if at a place 5 rivers would meet, what would be the glory and status of such a place? So because 5 rivers are meeting over here, and hence this particular place is called as Mahaprayag. Allahabad is Prayag, but this is Mahaprayag. Mandakini, Bhagirathi and Alaknanda. Bhagirathi, Mandakini and Alaknanda, and then Yamuna, and then we have Saraswati. These are the 5 rivers here at this place. The Rishis and Munis call this therefore as Mahaprayag, and the Lord himself, along with Brahmaji, went on to meditate for lakhs of years, and they used to do yagna. And this is the reason why this place is also called as Brahma Sattva. So this Panchveri Mahaprayag is also referred to as Panchveri. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, along with his devotees, took holy dip here at this place and performed Mahasankirtan and made a loud announcement that if anyone gets to take a holy dip here, the, the sins of the age of Kali Yuga are being actually transformed. So if anyone takes a tip over here, nobody would be required to come back to this physical material world again. Vedas and other rishis also believe that in the 14 lokas there is no other place which is equal to that of Panchvedi, Mahapraya. Now let us come together and move for another beautiful place within this Madhya. And that particular place is Pushkar.
इस मध्य द्वीप में नैमिषारण्य हो गया, कुरुक्षेत्र हो गया.
We talked about Naimisharanya, Kurukshetra, Mahapraya, and now we're talking about Pushkar. You see, we have Pushkar in Rajasthan, where we have the temple of Brahmaji, and even here at Madhya we have Pushkar. Now, listen to the glory of both the places.
तीर्थ जो है ना, वो प्रकट होकर क्या कहेगा? एक
The glory of Pushkar would be spoken by Pushkar itself in Madhya. Sri Jiva Goswami is being told this story in the form of this shloka.
कहते हैं सती युगे
The shloka goes something like this on the top right hand side of your screens.
सतयुग में दीवदास नाम का एक ब्राह्मण था.
In
गृहस्थी करे सर्व
Brahmin by the name of Devdas.
समझ में आ जाता है.
So this Brahmin Devdas,
ये सभी तीर्थों का दर्शन करने के लिए निकल पड़ा. लेकिन
abandoned his home, he renunciated his domestic life and went on to have darshans of all the pilgrim places. So this is the story of Satya. So this Devdas named Brahmin, he was quite obsessed towards this Pushkar place. He had huge affection towards it. And he has huge respect towards Pushkar. But as he walked out of his home, he reached Navdeep in the first instance. So this Devdas Brahmin halted at Navdeep. He had thought that he would reach Pushkar, but the first place that he reached was Navdeep. And now because he had reached Navdeep, he started staying and residing at Navdeep. Now eventually he aged and progressed in age. Now further what happened? So the Devdas Brahmin made a hut and started staying at this place. And he became of a ripe age. And now because of the old age, he could not even walk. But in that old age, he developed the desire. Please see the fourth line. Icha hel ere ami dekhi be Pushkar. Means he had the desire of visiting Pushkar. So at the ripe old age, he had this desire of visiting Pushkar. Due to his old age, he was incapable of reaching Pushkar. Actually, he was completely aware of the glory of Pushkar. So the story goes like this, that after having created the entire world, Lord Brahma first of all came in this world at this place called Pushkar. So after having constructed an entire universe, Lord Brahma, you see, for kind of Vastu Yagya came at Pushkar in Navadvip Mayapur. So there's just only one temple dedicated to Brahma Ji, which is in
क्योंकि हमारे राजस्थान के जो भक्त हैं ना पुष्कर के
Pushkar. And this Brahmin, Devdas, was completely aware of it. I'm sure he must have been a Rajasthani devotee. The devotees of Rajasthan are very inclined towards Pushkar. Unfortunately, Devdas could not walk. Just like Asha Mataji. But she has a desire, but she, has tough time walking. This Devdas was unable to walk. He was crying. He would weep that he cannot reach Pushkar. Oh, alas, entire life has passed by. I could not have darshans of Pushkar.
इजीली मिल जाता है तो उसकी वैल्यू नहीं होती.
You see, sometimes when you get things easily, you do not realize the worth of it. So similarly, he was sitting at such a wonderful place, but he was pining for Pushkar. Then it so happened, and see, Lord will always understand the mood of the devotee.
जब वो बहुत रोने लगा, जब वो बहुत विलाप करने लगा,
when Devdas was weeping and crying very strongly,
पुष्कर प्रकट हो गया और राजस्थान
appeared before him, and this Pushkar was the Pushkar from Rajasthan.
सदैव हईल हृदय में दया आई और द्विज रूपे दिवदासे दर्शन दील. और पुष्कर तीर्थ ने ब्राह्मण के
and pilgrim Pushkar appeared in the form of the personified and appeared before this Devdas. And Pushkar said,
तुम क्रंदन मत करो.
Oh, Brahmin, oh Devdas, should you not cry? The place where you stay. So, Govindji has reached this place. So this is Pushkar in Madhya. You see how perfect Govind TV is.
और प्रकट होकर जो कहें कि
Pushkaraj appeared before the Brahmin and he addressed Devdas Brahmin, the lake, the kund before you, or Devdas, should you not lament, should you not cry? The kund before you, the lake before you, in itself.
इसमें तुम एक बार स्नान करो.
You just go on to have a dip in this lake. Even for once, if you take a dip in this lake, it would be exactly equal to you having a dip at Pushkar.
कहते हैं क्रंदन करिया द्विज पुष्करे बलिल आमा लागी बड़ क्लेश तुम्हार हईल. द्विजराज दिवदास कहने लगे.
Now Devdas spoke that, O Pushkar Raj, I am worried about the fact, this particular fact is weighing upon me very heavily, that because of me, you had to come all the way down here. So because of me, you have to take so much of pain to appear here. So at this, Pushkar Raj went on to speak.
पुष्कर बले न
So
शुन
Pushkar Raj addresses Devdas Brahmin.
ना आसिनु है था विद्यमान। तुम ऐसा मत समझो कि
So Pushkar
मैं
Raj addressed Devdas Brahmin and he said that, oh Brahmin, should you not think that I stay in Rajasthan? The fact of the matter is, I don't just stay in Rajasthan. I stay here in Madhyadeep only.
दूर है ते ना आसिनु है था विद्यमान। मैं दूर था ही नहीं, मैं यहाँ से कहीं बाहर दूर रहता ही नहीं हूँ। यही नवद्वीप धाम सर्व तीर्थमयी।
I don't stay anywhere else but here at Madhyadeep. Navdeep Dham is itself all the pilgrims combined together.
इसलिए therefore यहाँ पर बहुत सुंदर कहते हैं, आमार स्वरूप एक।
So Pushkar was addressing Brahmin Devdas
बोले वास्तविक रूप से मैं नवद्वीप में रहता हूँ।
that I don't stay in Rajasthan, rather I stay here at Madhyadeep.
लेकिन हमारा तो यही चलता है कि ओरिजिनली वास्तविक तो मैं नवद्वीप में रहता हूं और मेरा एक स्वरूप, मेरा एक प्रकाश राजस्थान में रहता है। मतलब जो ओरिजिनल है वो नवद्वीप में है, राजस्थान में जो है वो इसका प्रकाश है। आमार स्वरूप एक पश्चाते प्रकाश, निजे आमी एक स्थाने नित्य करी वास। तो मेरा प्रकाश राजस्थान में है, मैं यहां पर रहता हूं। अब देखो, अब दूसरे श्लोक में आप देखो, शत बार, 100 बार, शत बार।
So my illumination is there at Pushkar, Rajasthan, but I myself stay here at Madhyadeep. This is what was said by Pushkar Raj to Brahmin Devdas. Now further, Pushkar ji goes on to tell this Brahmin that if anyone goes on to take dip 100 times at Pushkar, Rajasthan, the food that he gets there is equal to a person would get by having a dip one such here at Madhyadeep Pushkar. This is the reason. So this is the reason. You see, the shlokas goes on to say that hence those who abandon Navdeep Dham and who prays for other pilgrims places is nothing but a fool, because all the tirthas stay here at Navdeep. Further, Pushkar goes on to say to this Devdas Brahmin that I must share with you some secret thing. So, you see, when Kali Yuga would arrive, in the age of Kali Yuga, at the place of Shachi Mata, Gauranga Prabhu is going to appear and he would distribute, he would take the message of love and devotion.
यही सब स्थाने
Because of the mercy of Gauranga, people would be able to give love and devotion towards the Lord in the age of Kali Yuga.
इसलिए तो आपने देखा ना, श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने मायापुर और जगन्नाथपुरी।
You see, this is the reason that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never left Mayapur and Jagannath Puri, because all the pilgrims are situated here.
जितने भी अवतार भगवान के हुए, उन अवतारों में जितने भी भक्त हुए,
all the incarnations of the Lord and all the devotees during those incarnations, Lord, along with all devotees, would go on to dance and do kirtan in this Gaur Mandal.
कुतार की के बिना सबे महाप्रेम,
Immersed in complete love, he would go on to
होंगे उसे
distribute love and affection to everyone.
उनको छोड़कर
And those who would be,
सबको
talking only nonsense, leaving them aside, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would offer love and devotion to everyone.
विश्वास से कोई यहाँ पर वास करता है तो निश्चित ही हे देवदास उसे चैतन्य महाप्रभु के चरण प्राप्त हो जाते हैं।
With this devotion,
कहते हैं
if somebody goes on to reside over here, or Devadas, for sure,
गौर फरमाइए,
that person will get the devotion at the low
करोड़ों करोड़ों वर्ष
speed
तक
of
भजन करे। देवी देवता को तो यहाँ मतलब पॉइंट ही नहीं है, बहुत दूर है। लेकिन बहुनाम जन्म नाम अंते, अब कंक्लूजन कृष्ण और राम की भक्ति करने लगे हैं उनकी बात है। लेकिन कृष्ण की भक्ति करने वाला भी करोड़ों करोड़ों वर्ष के बाद भी नामे ते रति नहीं पाए, हरि नाम में रुचि उत्पन्न नहीं कर पाएगा। हम लोग हरि नाम तो लेते तो है, लेकिन वह रुचि नहीं उत्पन्न होती है। करोड़ों करोड़ों वर्ष तक कृष्ण का भजन करने पर भी कृष्ण के नाम में रुचि उत्पन्न नहीं होती है। लेकिन गौरांग भजिले दुष्ट भाव दूरे जाए। लेकिन यदि कोई चैतन्य महाप्रभु का भजन करता है तो एक वह दुष्ट भाव दूर होता है और अल्प दीने ब्रज धामे राधा कृष्ण पाए, और बहुत अल्प समय में, कम समय में ब्रज धाम और राधा कृष्ण को पालेगा। अर्थात हरि नाम में रुचि तुरंत उत्पन्न कर लेगा, भगवत धाम को प्राप्त कर लेगा, राधा कृष्ण को प्राप्त कर लेगा। निज सिद्ध देह पाए सखीर आश्रय, और फिर ब्रज में किसी एक सखी का आश्रय और निज कुंज युगल सेवा तार है, और फिर भगवान के किसी एक कुंज में युगल सेवा उन्हें प्राप्त हो जाएगी। तो इस प्रकार से ये पुष्कर तीर्थ है, और इस पुष्कर तीर्थ में जो कोई स्नान करता है उसे राजस्थान वाले पुष्कर तीर्थ से कोटि गुना अधिक फल प्राप्त होता है।
So those who take a holiday here at Pushkar in Madhya get crores worth more the love and devotion than what one would get at Pushkar Dham in Rajasthan.
आप सभी भक्तों ने बड़े भाव से, श्रद्धा से,
I once again extend my heartfelt gratitude and warm thanks to each one of you who have participated here. Tomorrow we would enter Koldri, and you see from tomorrow we would cover 2 deep so that we could complete it. We would listen to the stories and pastimes.
आप सभी भक्तों का धन्यवाद और विशेष धन्यवाद।
So I extend once again great gratitude to the host family,
सहयोग देने वाले हमारे
Kapoor family from Adelaide, Australia.
श्री अनिल कपूर जी, मंजू कपूर जी,
Anil Kapoor ji,
बेटी
Anju Kapoor ji,
और
their daughter Anjalika,
सिंह जी,
and their son-in-law
आप सभी
Singh ji, and their daughter Zaya,
से
and also from UK,
जिनमें प्रमुख
Mehta family,
आपको भी भरी भरी धन्यवाद।
and mainly
बने रहिए,
Mataji, who has been a great devotee.
जीवन को
So continue to stay with us in the yatra. Let us bring a close to this session. Hare Krishna, Radhe